I'm moving house today. It's been 2 years, 8 months and 28 days, and I've got to say that as I step off the bus for what could be the last time spent as sitting in your boss supermarket queues, etc. And I have to say though, it's only today that I'm glad to be leaving. I really will miss the when Santa
listening to truthconduit.com with Chris Macmillan.
How are you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm glad Luca recovered pretty quickly from his his little episode, cough and fever, and so I really threw everything I had here at him, and yeah. So even after one day, it came quickly, and he's still coughing a little bit, but it's nothing really major. So I'm really glad about that. That had me worried a little bit. I think few things are more worrying than little toddlers or your children being sick around. So I'm alleviated about that, and interesting times. And
how long have you been self-isolated now, or are you self-isolated?
No, not really. I wouldn't say so. I had students today, and I wrote because I have classes here, at where I'm staying. Usually twice per week, I have a few children that come here, and also some adults. So I kind of waited until Monday, the day before the class, actually, to make an official announcement, because I was kind of on the fence, what should I do? And we're on lockdown here, but it's not the severe phase yet. So it's essential stores are open, and there's no, police is around, but there's no military in the street, making sure that everybody stays inside. But I think it's getting there pretty close, probably even before the weekend. That's my estimate anyway. Because the first towns or the first villages.
Hold on, Dennis. So it's okay if I put this on Truth Conduit as a special, yeah?
Yeah, man, sure, of course.
Okay, good. Well, then let me introduce you. Hey, everybody. Sure. Chris Macmillan here. I'm with Dennis Eckert, and Dennis is in Frankfurt, Germany.
I'm close to Nuremberg, actually, in Bavaria.
Very good. Close to Nuremberg, Germany. And are you actually in the city of Nuremberg, or what's the population? Are you in some suburban area? What's it like?
I'm actually on the outskirts. I'm not directly in the town, but I'm in a small town. You could call it. It's a village close to Nuremberg.
How many people?
I believe it's about 16,000 here. However, this little village is part of a wider region, which is I think 5 villages together. But this one I'm in has about 16,000.
Okay. Village. I wouldn't call it a village, but yeah. So
it's a small town. Yeah.
Germany has got. Let me check here. I just looked at the latest. Okay, this is from Gab. Germany's got around 12,000 confirmed cases, 105 recovered, and 28 deaths. Does that sound about right?
Yes, I think that's what I heard earlier today as well, the 20 deaths.
What's the atmosphere like? What are people saying? Are neighbors keeping a social distance? Is everybody kind of wary, or are people more relaxed? I mean, all of the above. Tell me what's going on there. What can and can't you do at the moment? What's it like?
Well, schools are out from officially Monday this week. So all schools are out. Universities, as far as I know, as well.
Do you mean from last Monday or starting next Monday?
Starting this week, Monday. So 4 days ago now? Yeah. So from this week, schools are officially out, and that would have been. And that's for the state of Bavaria. I'm not sure if the other. I think it's general Germany, but for our state, they told us schools are out up to Easter holidays, which is 3 weeks from now, and then anyway, Easter holidays would be another 2 weeks, so it's basically 5 weeks no school. And then we have been restaurants have been told to it's only takeout. Same story, I guess, like over your side. And essential food stores are open. They have extended the opening hours until I think 10 o'clock at night, which is unusual here. So in order to avoid crowded places and crowded stores, and other than that, I must say, I'm really not following like local media too much, because like I haven't been watching TV like for more than a decade anyway. So like the most of the news I'm getting is from friends, neighbors, and friends of friends.
From us
from
in
students.
Discord. You know,
in Discord, big
the
time,
COVID-19 channel in Discord is probably the top of the top, the cream of the crop, if you want to know what's going on, because, you know, all the great minds are coming there who understand how to do proper research, who understand how to go straight to the source, to eliminate the signal from the noise, eliminate the BS, and to figure out what is real and what isn't. And unfortunately, the reality is this could go very bad in so many different ways, but we don't know for sure yet. We still don't know so much.
Yeah, exactly. So I agree 100%. You know, that's such a value, you know, to have this channel and to have so many great minds really putting together like essential information that is not just, you know, like bogos and like quickly written up stuff that is like hearsay, but that really, you know, different opinions and from different directions as well, but, you know, still people.
And we're all over the world. We're all over the world, you know, so we're giving our personal attestment from where we're at. You know, we've got people in Seattle who are at ground zero in the US. So, and, you know, you're in Germany, Canada. So, what was I going to say? And for anyone listening who doesn't know what we're talking about the autonomy class, the autonomy group that Richard Grove has created. It's a course of, how would you describe autonomy, Dennis? I always seem to butcher it when I'm doing these interviews.
It's really, it's something way beyond the course, really. It's an experience. It's like, I can speak only for myself, really. It has been really like a transformative, a life-changing experience for me. And I see what I see and what I hear from other people, from the friends and the community, that I'm really proud and glad to be a part of. It's like it has transformed people in so many different ways, and, you know, opened minds, and it brought people together from, like you said, not only different walks of life, but also different parts of the planet. And yeah, you know, people with different opinions from different backgrounds, but still maintaining a culture of excellence. And yeah, and sharing like a space, and sharing, you know, friendships and community, empowering each other in so different ways, which is essential in those times that we're facing right now.
And you're still keeping busy. You're still doing the Raising Excellence podcast on top of your classes, yeah?
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, we have Raising Excellence going 3 times per week. So actually after this, maybe half an hour after, so we have just another episode coming in. Michael is hosting this week, and today it's about communication, the art of, which will be very interesting as well. And I'm looking forward to next week as well, where I'm gonna be hosting 3 sessions, and I'm going to be talking about a theme that is really you know, close to my heart, which is freedom and finding freedom. So I'm looking forward to sharing some of my skills and some of my experiences that I had, and you know, what has impacted me, and where I'm right now in terms of, you know, finding freedom in my life and finding it from a holistic point of view, as I see us humans, you know, as holistic beings with you know, with a physical, emotional, with an intellectual, but also with a spiritual aspect to our lives. And I'm really trying, you know, I really cut through the theme of freedom, which I think is at the core, the essence of who we really are, from all those different angles. And you know, with the little skills and with the experience that I have, I want to help other people also to, you know, to realize where they are in life, to help them focus on where they want to go, and, you know, if possible, of course, help them on their journey, as well as other people also helping me.
And also, you guys are from all over. You're in Germany, Michael's in Acapulco, and Deirdre's in Australia, Agnieszka's in Canada, and Willow is in Virginia. So I think that's also a fantastic angle of your podcast, because geographically you've got a lot of different points of view, and that is particularly valuable as well with the situation now. So, you know, again, the more locations we're in, and everybody keeps reporting in what's going on in their neck of the woods, what's happening there. Dennis, do you know anybody that directly or indirectly that has been confirmed with the coronavirus?
No, I can't say so. And I think that's a very important question. And then, you know, our next question would be like, how would I know that confirmation, that so-called confirmation, is actually truthful, because I've heard a little bit about like how they actually test for it, and how those tests also, like, you know, some people say they are questionable. Some people say, you know, you take the test 5 times, you get 5 different results. So
Interesting.
you know,
Yeah. So I suppose the way it works is people don't normally go in unless they show symptoms, and then they get tested, unless they're right on the front lines in a position where they have to get tested. Yeah. Well, you're healthy. Everyone's good in the household. Yeah. How's morale?
well, morale is good so far. We're pretty all right, really. My wife is able to do a home office, so she has been home for the last few days. So that's relaxed. Actually, you know, we can be together as a family, and you know, that's actually a nice thing.
Was she
that we
going
have
out
this
before?
Yeah,
Okay.
she was going
Yeah,
out
that
before.
actually was one of my questions I had for you. What's changed for you since this has started? So the family's together more. That's a silver lining.
Yeah, definitely. And then, you know, we had like my son, he got sick, was it on Monday, which was like something I was kind of a little, you know, watching very keenly, because it came really quick, like within half a day. And there was a really nasty cough and like some very shallow breathing. And so I was watching that really keenly, and I threw everything that I have at him. And luckily, you know, the day after in the evening, you know, it was still coughing, but it wasn't so bad at all. And I was kind of starting to relax. And today he's good. You know, he has been up, even yesterday he has been out, and so that was okay. And that was just like, you know, something I was observing very keenly. And then also, you know, not like focusing on not getting freaked out, but, you know, comparing it to past experiences. Okay, last year, you know, he had actually something similar around the same time. So that's something, you know, that, you know, calm us down again. It's like, you know, it's easy to, I guess, in the light of things, like to overreact, and maybe that is what many people are doing. Maybe that is what contributes to those large numbers, you know, and to, you know, hospital beds getting scarce and those things.
I mean, thanks to all the information that's come through me through the AUTONOMY channel and the COVID-19 channel that we've created, I feel, as of today, I feel like we're fully prepared. We've got a game plan, and even if someone gets sick, we know what to do. And just now, what makes me more nervous is the bigger picture. You know, we're sitting back because you and I, we know that there's a lot more to this than just this virus. This is this is some very sinister stuff going on. And, you know, sitting back watching our freedoms just go down the toilet, and they will temporarily take them away, but they're not. That's what they're telling us. And when this all goes away, the freedoms that will still be down in the toilet. Do you agree or disagree?
Oh, definitely, 100% with you. It's just, it doesn't, you know, you don't have to look far back to see that every catastrophe, and then whether it's man-made or whether it was, you know, something that just came about naturally, so to say. But, you know, the powers that not supposed to be are very good at making use of those situations, you know, in their to further their own agenda. So
exactly. Whether this is intentional or not, they're, you know, the result is going to be the same.
Yeah, they're jumping right on it and using it to further their own agenda, and that's to our detriment. Like,
what about your family? How are they? Are you in touch with them? How close are you geographically from your family?
Well, pretty close. You know, from my part of the family, obviously. My wife's part of the family is across
Jamaica.
the ocean. Yeah, that's in Jamaica, and that's interesting also to get some perspective from them. You know, everybody's freaking out there, like that.
Yeah.
And then, but there's also, like you said, you know, before we started recording, like it's important to maintain a sense of humor in order to maintain our sanity. So just yesterday, Colleen was sharing a video of somebody in Jamaica, because they're on lockdown as well. You know, there's like huge fines if there's gatherings for more than 20 people, I believe.
Yeah.
And then somebody was filming through his window, like from his house, was filming with his cell phone camera, like a car with like some huge sound system like in the back.
Yeah.
And all windows rolled down. And I haven't seen that movie, but I looked at the trailer after I watched that, a movie called Purge. Not sure you're familiar with it. Yeah, and they were playing the siren sound from Purge and driving around circles in the community. So that's, I guess that's what some Jamaicans are doing in the light of things. But yeah, well, anyway, here an interesting experience for me here lately was I have classes here, you know, so I've been teaching Capoeira and have some private students, and you know, I have children and adults here as well that usually would come to the art and train. So in the light of things, I was like also, you know, trying to gauge, okay, you know, what I'm going to do. Like, you know, I'm in a position I have to give some kind of note, and officially we are asked to, or we are told to, you know, shut down any sports activities, any gatherings, and so on. And so I sent out the email and said, like, officially all official classes would be cancelled. However, I will accept private visits at the same time. so you know, for me, like, I don't, like, in my experience, you know, although Luca got a little sick, of course, you know, I wouldn't send him or make him participate in class. But otherwise, like you said, I have not seen anybody that was sick. You know, the information that I'm really seeing, that I'm taking in, I wanted to give, you know, people their opportunity to make their own decision. You know, if they feel comfortable coming, working out and training, it's good with me. So I felt all right with that. I don't feel.
Are there confirmed cases in Nuremberg?
Yes, there are. I just read up on a few hours ago. It was a handful, if so much. Like, it wasn't many though. Like, or maybe two handful.
So
yeah,
most of it, are the bigger cities, Berlin and Frankfurt?
Yeah, I think it came in through the south, and I'm in the south really. Like, I think in Munich was probably the first case, and I don't think they were able to trace it down to what they call it, case 0, but you know, because Austria and Italy, so I guess it would have come from that side first. And yeah, so
you're very near the Polish border,
been,
aren't you, Dennis?
Yeah, and that's closed down as far as I know. My brother's actually in Poland right now.
Yeah.
So I want to touch base with him, how he's doing up there. But that's what I've heard, that what we're seeing right here is that we have a lot of how would you call it, migrant workers that would come here to the region to work, especially in agriculture. There's very few Germans that will do, you know, the agricultural, like, harvesting work. And that season, you know, is just starting right now. And there's in Nuremberg, outskirts of Nuremberg, there's like large, there's organic, but also conventional, you know, there's tomatoes, there's sweet peppers, there's there's potatoes as well. There's a lot of agricultural produce going on. And they were saying that, you know, people already hearing from their workers from Poland, from the Czechoslovakia, from Europe, they are afraid, or they're already not able to come because to get locked out once they pass the border, or they're afraid to be sent back, or they're afraid to have to go through 2 weeks of quarantine in order to return after the harvest. So
this could seriously affect the agricultural industry as far as getting food to the supermarkets.
Yeah, they say right now, like that article that I read was saying that the demand is super high because people have been, you know, buying like crazy, especially stuff that you can preserve.
What's your experience so far going to the supermarket during all this?
Fairly good. Like, I hear a lot of stories, and the few markets that we have here, like, I saw some empty shelves, but nothing like the pictures I saw, you know, from over your side. It's I think people here are fairly well organized and have been prepared, and like the supply chains seem to be pretty effective. So, you know, it's just like I guess pasta and noodles, you know, were gone, but rice was there, and then like a few other things were kind of low, or like the toilet paper thing, of course.
Yeah.
Was gone as well. But then you have certain stores that, you know, that have it in stock already again. When I went to check the hardware store and the pharmacy, certain things were gone, like the dust mask and the face masks, those were gone, and they were telling everybody, you know, they won't get any supplies, so not even them are getting supplies, because I guess that's reserved for, you know, critical medical personnel and stuff. So well,
it's good to know that you can, I mean, there's still business going on, and you can still go down. You're not restricted from leaving your place where you live, because, you know, in Spain that's the case right now. If they get caught down on the street without a reason, and that's all of Spain. So Germany is taking a different approach.
Not yet, but I think my guess is before Sunday, it's going to be that too. There's the first village has been on voluntary complete lockdown, where people are in. That's here in Bavaria, and I think, you know, by the talks and also comparing it to other regions, like just in the US as well, it seems independent of the number of cases, you know, that's just the agenda. So it feels like, you know, warming up the water, like, slowly. I think that's just my opinion, but I feel that probably was the plan, you know, from the beginning on, but they're just implementing stuff like phase by phase in order not to, you know, how would you say, scare the herd too much at the time.
Yeah. Are you ready when it comes to that?
Well, we have been stocking up, like even from from before a little bit. But do you mean how when you say are you ready? Do you mean on a physical level? Do you mean on a
Both.
mental level?
Yeah.
That's also, it brings me, holistically thinking. Are you ready? From what point of view are you ready? Like, are you prepared? Do you have your food, your stuff in place? I would say, yeah, to a certain degree, yes. On other level, on other, let's say in the physical preparedness level, like I would say, well, I don't really feel so great, because in terms of mobility, in terms of having a drive or whatever, I think we could have done much better. But then also, if the shit hits the fan really badly, then there's not, they're gonna be, although we're like in the countryside, so to say, but I don't have no illusion about getting anywhere far from here if they really start to lock down the place. So and other than that, we have our little storage set aside, and but on a I think on an internal level, I feel, yeah, it is important not to lose or not to be lost in your mind too much. You can take in so much information, it can scare you out, and it can make you, it can raise the fear levels to an unhealthy state, and that's, fear is there to preserve us, from, is to increase survivability. But if it goes beyond that, and if this is the old saying about worrying, like, why worry about stuff that you can't change them anyway. And if you worry about things that you can change, don't worry about it, just change it. So
this is where we need to keep reminding ourselves of this, in the Discord channel. We need to keep encouraging each other, because I've had a couple of down moments myself in the last few days. So just take control of that fear and put it to good use.
Take action. Transform that fear into action, and be there for each other, reinforce with family, and gather useful information, and
there will be a lot of good things to come out of all of this. When the smoke clears, there will be silver linings out of this, more negative than positive, of course. But just yesterday, in the last 2 days, I'm still getting the impression around here where I'm at in Texas that people aren't taking it seriously. Is there anybody in Germany at all that is still not taking it seriously from what
big
you're
time.
seeing?
They're using that also, of course, to preparing for the next phase. They're saying, oh my God, like, look at the beer gardens, people gathering and like walking home, hugging each other and being drunk in the streets, and, people not taking this seriously. And then the reaction also, of some of the parents, was like, oh my God, no, like, we're only going to leave our yard again, like when the authorities, when the experts say it's safe. And, so it's like everybody to his own, people are where they are in life. But it gave me, the feedback I got there was interesting as well, to see where people really are. And then the other side, and I think that plays what you mentioned earlier, I also had then a few reactions of people who would then private message me and say, hey, what happened to these guys? What kind of nerds are those? Like, I'm coming, of course, my son is missing it, and, there is no problem, and I'll be here. So just today, I had a few people visiting, and, we trained, we had class together. And that's something, that for me personally, something, well, playing capoeira, bringing people together. You can do a lot of things online, and they ask, oh, do online classes, do this and do that. And
I was going to say, one of the silver linings is there will be a boom in certain industries. Like, for example, video platforms. We're using Zoom right now, and I read the other day they're skyrocketing. Online education is about to skyrocket. So we got to put our heads together and think about that.
and through AUTONOMY, we have some headway with that,
a lot of headway.
You especially,
I'd say in AUTONOMY we're much further ahead than a lot of people as far as finding solutions. I think we're all already we know what's coming, and a lot of people are still going through that acceptance phase, and most of us are now coming out of that acceptance phase. We had an AUTONOMY Unlimited meeting today, and I felt much better. We're getting back to business as usual, but we're not ignoring the elephant in the room. We're incorporating that, but putting it to the side. Okay, we're going to address that here, and here, this is what we're going to talk about. But yeah, listen, Dennis, I wanted to keep this short and sweet. So a plug-in. What's your website?
My website is my name spelled out. That is Dennis Eckert. So that's DENNIS. And then my last name Eckert, ECKART.de. That's for Deutschland or Germany. And we have been working on that. I'm offering permaculture design. I'm offering Capoeira classes, Capoeira consultancies. I'm working with I'm doing social projects with children and with adults, and also I'm offering consultancies, and that is the part of the website which is up and running right now as of a few days ago. So I'm starting to promote that, and looking forward to help others to find freedom in their lives in every way possible, and to share the experience and the skills that I have acquired so far in my life. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and it's great. It's very empowering, to talk to people like yourself. And to keep on reinforcing, keep on empowering each other, and not be lost in the fearfulness, in the media, in the propaganda, but to continuously really center in our true self, and to remember that who we really are, and to be aware of what is going on the outside, but also on the inside. It's I feel that the outside, whatever manifests on the outside, is really just the mirror of the inside. So if there's chaos and fear on the outside, then let's go within. Let's look inside and see where fear and chaos is within us, and find a solution for that. Yeah, right there.
I'm looking. All right, cool. Thanks a lot, Dennis. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Chris.
All right, cool.
Walking down the street, the children play. For them, it's just another day. The future's reflected in their parents' faces, who chose to stay on in this place where they were born, went to school, got married, and kids, like their grandparents before them did. Got to escape, before it's too late. Although today I could say that I really will miss the when Santa. But yeah, I was right. Knew what it was like when Santa.
You've been listening to truthconduit.com with Chris McMillan. Go to the subscribe page and sign up to get notifications of the latest posts. And check out the support page to help keep it going.
Yeah, I've got a friend in Jesus Christ. I've got a friend in Jesus Christ, and Krishna and Buddha and my bartender.